Yo, what's going on everyone? It's TK and today we're gonna see the new equipments in action, and also the most important one is going to be the rocket spear and the earthquake boots. But let's dive in and see some of my attacks. Alright, first off, we are starting with a double invisibility. I usually don't even think about these bases. I immediately go with one of the sides of the base and I drop the warden and immediately pop the ability. This is something where the Teslas then don't bother you, so you need to watch out. Now, adding the droids, adding the baby dragon, queen on the outside with the Pekkas of course, and as you all know how I attack in this strategy, unfortunately a very late early wall breaker, so it's gonna cost us a whole wall breaker for that useless wall, but I'm gonna jump in a way so we have only access to the core. This is important so my king doesn't go shopping. Now, this is where the earthquake boots and that spiky wall will come in super handy, which can completely destroy a core of the base. Even though the gauntlet got nerfed, it's still decent, but I think this equipment is way more crazier when it comes to the back end of a base or a core of the base. So let's see what happens to this base. This is where I'm gonna pop it and look at that value. This is insanity. Queen on the right side doing amazing job. I have a few Valkyries, so I'm gonna rage them up so they can go in, take out a few buildings. And on the left side, we got the RC with the rocket spur, which honestly, guys, in this strategy, the hogs are still decent, but I'm telling you, sometimes you may need to finish a base just with your RC, and those Town Hall 14 hogs is never gonna help you anymore. This rocket spare is my personal favorite right now with the spiky ball and earthquake boots. These three equipments are insane how they can save up an entire attack for you. So let's dive into the next base. Now, we are here with another double invisibility, but on this one, I actually do have a small tip for you. Now, this base, I've hit it, I think once before this. It was like, I think it was a week ago maybe. There was one Tesla outside, and I did mess up my warden ability on it because I popped it late. So I was a bit scared, so I'm going a bit more side. This means we are going to activate the MVs. We did take down a few defenses, especially the monolith, and now with that battle drill, you can easily have all those Valkyries and your drill inside that compartment, just like that. They're gonna take that out, simple as that. You don't need to invest your warden fireball for it. So this is two things that I told you about how to deploy on these bases. These are important, guys, so make sure you take some notes in case your attacks are quite failing after the update, because I've seen some few fails on my own defensive logs, which is really good to see. Now, of course, we pull the CC, so I'm gonna go with the poison, because why not? We can take down the CC in that side of the base and also take down the rocket loons. King comes back. I do invest one rage quite early on for my droids. These are important because the droids can heal up your super witches until forever. Now watch my king. Because he has the earthquake boots and that spiky ball, I want him to go a bit deeper right on the wizard tower. That's when I want to pop it, and look at this beauty. This is crazy. The gauntlet will never give you such value. And the king's still alive. With the phoenix, he's gonna come back and take me down the town hall. One good thing about the RC equipment is that if the king or the spiky ball doesn't go to a certain area of the base, but it did damage it, you can take them out with the RC shield and the RC spare in case like there's something left. And you can always pop the RC ability a lot earlier, because now the rocket spare has been buffed. It gives you two more spares to shoot, and it's insane. Trust me, it's just so good now. And look at these swag spells. Like, I mean, how many heroes we got in the field with the Queen Magic Mirror? Like, I'm not even using that, but let's move on. Now, here we are on this base. Now, this one, yeah, I mean, you don't really get to the town hall compartment with only one jump unless you go from an ego, monolith, all that side, which is a lot of damage, and I didn't want to risk it. So what I wanted to do was a little, just fireball something on the scatter shot and the ricochet cannon area, so we can get this little funnel and not go for a greedy funnel. That's not what I like. What I like is to have a small, nice funnel on both sides, which in here we're gonna get one of the sides done and dusted. Of course, there is an expo and a multi left, but we can reach those easily. Don't worry, we'll talk about that in that video, in like this attack. Now, my warden was getting quite cooked, so I had to invest 2 droids right on top of him, baby drag for the funnel, queen and siege barracks, and then the king. We're gonna go in with a wizard to help speed up that funnel so the king doesn't fully come back to the outside, even though he's gonna end up kind of doing still. But look at these wall breakers, giving access to the other compartment, more droids and the mini warden. We have triple ice golem, which is gonna hurt us in front of a monolith, and this is what I was scared of going from the eagle side. But still, I'm gonna go ahead with that free spell, and now this is where you can add the droids on your queen's area, where there's valkyries, pekkas, wizards, and add droids on the back end of your super witches. So in this attack, you're gonna see the spiky ball and the earthquake boots doesn't really help me out a lot. You know, it's not like the last 2 attacks that I showed you. The king is not going where I wanted him to go, and of course he's going to the outside, but I do drop the RC, which with that beautiful rocket spear, she can easily take down the town hall, and I had a good timing with it because now the town hall is activated. Once the mortar goes out, I'm gonna pop the RC ability quite further away from the town hall so we can take it out and move on to the lower archer tower, not even go through the town hall poison. Look at that beautiful king ability. It's going to damage the major defenses. RC also cooking these defenses on the lower side. Of course, there is a few skelly trap which is going to stall her up, but we got all these heroes still alive with the super witches and valkyries absolutely crushing this base. And I mean, we didn't use an insane jump spell, we didn't use an insane earthquake boots ability. The RC shield and the spare was mainly for town hall, and honestly the fireball wasn't even crazy. We got 2 major defenses, so you can already see there is no need for greed in this strategy. This is what I want to tell you, everything is super strong right now. Now on this attack, you're gonna see me do a different type of fireball, and what I mean by that is that I usually drop the warden and pop the warden ability immediately, but on this one I really wanted to take down the area of the monolith because of the way this builder has not been adapted to the new metas, and the fireball value on the monolith gives you 2 expose, 2 scatter monolith, and of course that whole spell tower. This is insane fireball value, which you don't need to go too deep with it. You can just drop it a bit to the outside because the monolith is quite close to the outside. Now, waiting for these wizard towers and air defense to go down, and because I was a bit skeptical with can this fireball target directly the monolith or it will target the cannons, I decided to just go with that, you know, just go with the invisibility and not risk that whole like kind of not making sure you drop the fireball on the outside, because why not, man? I told you I'm not greedy. I will go with the double invisibility to make sure I get the value, because the value is worth it. Sometimes even if I want to go too deep with the warden ability, I always drop a rage even with 2 droids on the warden, because I know the value will be worth it. So when I'm becoming slightly greedy with the value, I will drop more spells for it at least, so I can make sure I get it. This is something that not everyone do, and maybe that's why you're failing your super witch attacks. Otherwise, trust me, you will never fail again with this strategy. But right now, of course, not everyone has those, defenses kind of supercharged yet, so it's gonna change the meta slightly with the supercharge. It's gonna be tougher, but let's look at this beautiful king in that core of the base with the earthquake boots and of course the spiky ball. I'm just giving him slightly more time. I should have popped it around that area because this jump spell give him access to the lower side, which is now not in a good spot, but still look at the base. There is nothing left, and the RC on the right side, once this wizard tower is down, I'm gonna pop their ability. Just because I don't have hogs, I don't need to worry about going too deep. Popping that shield, getting that spare done and dusted, ricochet cannon will never have a chance to even shoot at my RC, and this is why this rocket spare is insanely nice, and I'm in love with it, man. I'm honestly, these abilities that I'm using right now are the best abilities for a super witch attacks, so upgrade whichever one you need to, and this is what I recommend you. So I'll see you soon on the next video. Take care and peace.